it was a source of entertainment. He quickly forgave any of those disagreements. Gay and he had a major disagreement on our veranda one night, which ended with Gay saying, "Right, Gibbo, get out, go home, go on, get in your car and go home." And she sent him out, and he sort of got up, he's looking at me going, "Aren't you going to step in?" "Yeah, I'm not stepping in." So he gathered up his juice and his vodka and he walks out very forlornly out to his car, and he gets in and he goes home. 2 weeks later, it was Christmas. Gibbo came round, bright-eyed, bright as a button, walks in, he's got a little mischievous smile on his face, and he comes in with his usual jar of chutney, his Christmas present. It's got a big Christmas sticker on the front. "To Gay and John, Merry Christmas, love, Gibbo." And very clearly, Gay was crossed out. Gay kept that jar for a long time. He was generous, he was kind, he was always quick to help, he was fun and a wonderful storyteller. He loved to share his home, his food, his drink, and his time. It's said that a person's garden is a reflection of themselves and the friends they have chosen to make. Gibbo's garden is beautifully kept, and it kind of looks like it's just grown itself. It is full of colour, of flowers, fruit, cool shade, and there's a side of the house that's a shelter from the winter wind. He has a beehive to further help and boost this incredible natural paradise. Like his friends, the plants are varied and thrown together in what supposedly is a haphazard way that just seems to work perfectly. It is always interesting, no matter where you look in his garden and amongst his friends. The list of his friends runs the full range of age, background, Cook Islanders, Kiwis, even a few Australians, rich, poor, high standing and humble. He didn't care who you were, and your wealth or your position did not impress him. Just the fact that he found in you something that he liked, and you found in him something similar. He got to know you and everything about you, and was genuinely interested in you, your kids, what you and they were doing, and whatever else might be happening in your life. He was generous to a fault. Steve Breed recounted a story when Steve and Gibbo's great mate Oaks visited Gibbo in Noosa. Gibbo was telling Oaks how great Bali was and how Oaks should get over there and chase some waves. "Alas," said Oaks, "it's a bit beyond me financially, Gibbo." Gibbo was hearing none of it. He dragged Oaks into his bedroom, opened his top drawer, and showed Oaks his cash savings. He doesn't have a drawer like that here, I've already checked. He said to Oaks, "Mate, I've got heaps. Take it and go. Go to Bali and enjoy and pay me back whenever you can." Oaks took him up on the offer, and in Steve Breed's words, had an epic trip. Gibbo's world changed forever with his Parkinson's diagnosis in 2002. He faced that challenge with humour, determination and an incredible training regime designed to combat the symptoms of that awful disease. He then went through the trauma of shattering his arm on the courthouse steps and the ensuing operations as he kept re-damaging it. The Parkinson's grew worse, but his humour and determination grew with it. It robbed him of his physique, his balance, his coordination, and much of the ability to live life in a way that the rest of us take for granted. He had to stop surfing too. Still, he kept his sense of humour and his wit. Then came the cancer. That was a hammer blow, but in some ways I think it affected us emotionally more than it did him. The day he arrived back after his diagnosis and a few of us had a drink on Gibbo's back deck, he was laughing and cracking jokes just like normal. I was amazed. But that strength and invincible humour has carried him through these dark few weeks just past. He has impressed everyone who saw him lying in pain, and yet still able to make a smart aleck comment or tease you. The pastor's reference to Job last night when we got Gibbo home was spot on. We agonised over the decision to send him for specialist care in New Zealand, but a wonderful group of friends, helped by our two nurse angels, Alison and Kath from New Zealand, rallied around and cared for him in his home with his wonderful view until he drew his final breath. Brett, I hope these last few weeks paid back in some small way the wonderful friendship all of us had shared with you. Gibbo's passing has keenly affected us as his friends, to the point where at times we've almost forgotten that he has family. We thought we were his family. But he's also a son, a brother, and most importantly, a father. His mum, his sisters and his beloved kids have been so patient in having to share this time with so many other people. Nana Ruth, Hoani, Tui, Julie and Tracy, you've shared Gibbo with us in life and have had to share the time of passing with us as well, and I thank you for the privilege. Ronnie and Tui. Your resilience, your calm, and your manners over these last few weeks has been amazing. Your dad, if he could, would tell you just how proud he is of you both. I know you have your respective families, but you also have this little army of your dad's friends to whom you both mean so much. If you ever need us, we'll always be there. And please do not hesitate to reach out. We all love you both very, very much. To finish, just got the final words that came through from David Skeets. They're really simple, and they really do round it all off. Gibbo, surfer, lawyer, golfer, tennis player, poker player, free diving spear fisherman, home entertainer, funny man, winkle picker's wearer, drinker of vodka and orange, squash player, father and son, witty, honest, generous, loyal, and a very good friend. Goodbye, Gibbo. I'll see you at the Pirates Nest. Final word, appropriately enough, everyone. Be from Hawaii.
Kia ora, everybody. Please bear with me as I'm not the best public speaker today, but I've just prepared a thank you for everybody here that's come to see Dad in his farewell today. I appreciate every one of you guys being here today and yesterday and throughout the last couple of weeks of Dad. On behalf of my brother Tui, my Nana Ruth, Dad's mom, Dad's sister, Auntie Tracy, and Auntie Julie, we all just want to have a big thank you guys for everybody who's contributed. Sorry. There are just so many of yous. I was gonna name some of yous, but I'm definitely gonna forget a name, and I know you all know who you are, and you're all greatly appreciated from all of us in Dad's family. As most of you know, I've been living in Christchurch for the past 5 years, and I think it was in 2020 when Dad went up to Auckland and I visited him up there for his diagnosis. And I just want to say thank you for the people up in Auckland who was with him in that time as well. And for the period after that when he got stuck in lockdown, thank you to Auntie Justine, Uncle Tony, Auntie Maria, Tamanu, and many more others. And thank you to everybody back here in Raro when he returned to give him the support he needed. Mary Lou, thank you for putting up with Dad for 12 years. I know it hasn't been easy. To Lynn at work, to all of Dad's golf friends, his poker friends, who most of you will know. It's a painting from Tim Buchanan of all his poker mates up there. And all of those who he enjoyed having a drink with, and all his old and new friends he's made over the past years. So young, the age range is huge. Yeah. After lockdown, 2 years in New Zealand, I returned home earlier mid-January, and I spent a couple weeks with Dad, and little did I know would those be the last weeks of him being at his best for this past month and 2 months. On my last week here, Dad went downhill quite quickly and was admitted to the hospital, and straight away there was a huge support and help to make the arrangements to help Dad get through that. Thank you so much to Lynn, John, Tonga, and everyone else who came to the hospital to try and make that experience the best that we could and tried. I had to go back to New Zealand briefly, and